Well, I thought I was recording and I wasn't. Songs for this next sign are Sick as the Secrets Within by Marilyn Manson, Hello, I'm in Delaware by City and Color, Savior by RHCP, and Unending by Loom. I'm using new equipment, so bear with me here. I'm just trying to figure it all out, you know. Alright, we already did Leo. Cancer. Again, like I said, I'm still just learning how to use this. I think I'm gonna have to here. Give me a second. I'm gonna pause something here. Nope, can't change the settings now that I'm recording. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, Cancer, it's your turn. There we go. Huh. Okay. All right. We're gonna do the Oracle, the Sacred Forest Oracle. I'm going to, shuffle ad nauseum, and then we'll go ahead and we'll pull one. But you're only as sick as the secrets within. So the things that you're hiding within yourself, or the things that you're not, expressing or releasing, are the reason that you're sick. Honestly, I think that's mostly indicated by the song there. I've already shuffled these ad nauseum, so we're going to split the deck. We've got for you Standing Stones Passage. I'm not reading these in reverse. So with this, it's card 40. So number 4, which is about firm foundations and stability, or kind of seeing where you should be having stability. If you look at this, the Standing Stones is kind of like if you look at Stonehenge, it's kind of the same. I know that it says passage on there. It could be passage into other realms, stuff like that. I think for you, this is more talking about stability. You see how she's kind of leaning on the rock as if to say that it's, a mechanism of support for her. I think that's what we're really looking at here. Or as if they're a gateway of some sort. And I mean, if you watch Outlander, that's actually how she jumps on worlds, is like a place like Stonehenge where they had the stones. But I think that this is absolutely about stability and support systems and how we have firm foundations or not. And that the Standing Stones are the things that provide us with safe passage through their stability and security that they offer as a support mechanism. At least that's what I'm getting. I'm not reading the classic interpretations from the book for these. So, yeah. All right, and I was going to say, and I have been telling everybody, normally I don't read during Mercury retrograde, just trying to remain distracted. And try to test out some new equipment, so we'll see. Okay, so we're going to do the Celtic Cross using the Joie de Vivre. This is your August and September general read. Again, check out your Rising Moon and Venus sign for additional messages, alrighty? Let's see what we can get in here. Take flippers and jumpers, twist for fairness. Up to 3 maximum, in fact. Okay, let's see what we have. In the present for you, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is the present energy for Cancer? I built this cage we were trapped in together. I can't remember where I hid the key. I might have to pull some if they're not going to be forthcoming, right? There we go. King of Cups with the Ace of Wands in the reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. At a standstill as far as any of your passion projects. we look here, coming from an intuitive space, intellectually, an intuitive space as opposed to an intellectual space, also emotionally intelligent space, somebody who owns their heart space and presides over it from a healthy standpoint. This is normally a scorpionic card in the present, but what you're finding is that there could be a lack of inspiration, a lack of creativity, no new beginnings or initiation on a creative endeavor or passionate new beginnings. That's not happening here. Normally I call that the magic of the vine. It's not happening for you at the present time. Usually, and you can see that's even further indicated by the Wheel of Fortune card in the reverse. I like this particular deck because that is a timing card there, and if you look at the bottom of it, it's showing us where, right here. Oh my gosh, I should have not done that. I changed the settings so that on this camera I could, see the mirrored version, not have the mirrored version. I'm so used to doing the mirrored version when I film, I can't actually move properly. But that's actually the Sagittarius Capricorn cusp, which would be December 21st season. If we were looking at the top of the wheel here, then we'd be seeing the Gemini Cancer cusp season. But it seems like there's been like a little bit of a stalemate or a standstill in your creative energy. There is a call to action as far as connecting with the heart space, maybe some chakra cleansing around the heart space or the heart chakra, but nonetheless the need for operating from an emotionally intelligent space and from an intuitive space as opposed to intellectual space. It's not time right now to be creative. It's time to be intelligent, to work on your skills, your thinking, your communication, as opposed to artistic endeavors, is what it looks like with these cards here. What is your obstacle? I gotta turn that setting. It's gonna bug me to no end. What is your obstacle here, Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. Eight of Coins. Everybody, I don't know why, but everybody is getting the Eight of Coins. And I've used, at this point, 1, 2, 3, this will be the 4th deck I've used. Every sign has gotten the Eight of Coins. So for you, your challenge or your obstacle at this point is that you need to hone your skills a little bit more. This is apprenticing energy. This is time to work hard, to put the nose to the grindstone, to hone one's craft, enrich one's skill set. And that's why the time for creative endeavors, passion projects, artistic beginnings is not, it's not at the forefront right now, or at least it shouldn't be. It's time to connect with your heart space. It's time to be more emotionally and intuitively in tune with yourself, because right now you need to be working at something. You need to be putting in hard work towards something. At least that's what it's saying, or at least that's the obstacle right now. You might not be feeling necessarily creative because there is hard work that needs to be done. And that's okay. It cannot always be all of that fun art stuff. It sometimes has to be work, And even then, even if you are looking at creative endeavors as your big project, sometimes there is additional development, further development that has to be put into that, right? So at the forefront of your mind, what's crowning you? What's crowning you, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? The hard work has to be put in right now. That's what I'm seeing mostly here. What's crowning you? Okay. Knight of Coins in the reverse and the Sun. Top of mind for you right now is a wish fulfillment or happiness, something to do with the Sun. So Leo season, you might be a Cancer, Leo cusp individual. But again, this standstill. It's like you had a wish that it seemed to be granted, but then you hit a halt. Normally the Knight of Coins is the slowest moving deck in the slowest moving knight in the deck. However, right now he's not moving at all. Slow, plodding, methodical, tangible action towards something has stopped after it seemed that there was a wish that was granted with that Sun card. Leo energy on that, but it's even though it's a happy card and even though it shows promise and wish fulfillment, it seems that there's a little bit of a stalemate that's happened right here. It almost seems like an abrupt stop of sorts. If we're, I'm thinking that right now. I'm hearing it actually. An abrupt stop after a wish fulfillment, and it's kind of confusing you. You might be up in your head about it. I think that's the big thing here. It seems to be like a distraction. Like that's what's distracting to you right now, and you really do need to be focusing on this right here. Is that instead of feeling like, well, I don't know what happened. I had this happiness that I was sailing towards, and it was like this big wish fulfillment, and then everything just kind of came to a halt, which is funny because we have that with the Wheel of Fortune underneath here too, is that it seemed like the passionate beginning wasn't happening after following your heart or seeing that intuitively something was going on, and then all of a sudden the wheel in the reverse, standstill, stalemate, not necessarily a reversal in fortune, but a stalemate or a stop of sorts is in your present too. It's because you have work that needs to be done on something, right? That's what's crossing you. The need to focus on honing one's craft, enriching one's skill set, professional development of some sort, or really just putting in hard work on something. But yet, nonetheless, it's still a big distraction for you. So, hidden from your awareness right now, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Seven of Wands. Defensiveness, being on guard from something. Seven of Wands energy, you can kind of see he's up there, and he's got a smart ass grin, a shit-eating grin on his face, but he's kind of under attack. There's like a mob around him that's ready to kind of poke him with all of their sticks and stuff. And so he's up there, he's in defensive energy, definitely. It's after a feeling that it's after the Six of Wands, right? So because it's after the Six of Wands, it's almost as if he celebrated a victory, homecoming, or winning in some regard. But now there may be jealousy afoot, or like he has to defend his position after winning in some way. I think that what this really means is not necessarily to put you on guard or make you feel apprehensive, but anticipate that there may be jealousy or there may be energy of feeling as if you're coming under attack, and that you might need to protect yourself and your resources, or at least your energy, from people who might be naysayers, detractors, gossipers, people who really just don't want to see you succeed, and that maybe celebrating your victories right now isn't such a good idea because it might come off as boastful, right? Okay, in the recent past for you, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, show us what you got here. And there's that Six of Wands that I haven't seen this. Six of Wands right there. Sorry, I'm just going to have to... Biggest mistake you could ever make is changing your camera orientation, because I even think I'm going like this right now, and I'm not. Yeah. Anyway. You get used to it, and then you change everything. Right. Anything, come on. I'm gonna have to pull one if I don't get a jumper. There we go. Page of Coins. A tangible offer, peace offering, timepiece, a communication of a tangible offer. It might be small, but it's a contract or an offer of some sort that has promise of something that you can see, touch, taste, and feel attached to it. It could be something that you kind of felt you could bank on, I'm hearing over here. So something that you felt you could bank on, you really couldn't. But there was a small communication of sorts. Also could have to do with earth sign children. But not your adult children if you have adult children, but actual children. So kids. But it seems to be something of worth that was communicated to you in the recent past. Something you could bank on. I keep on hearing that. Something you could bank on, or you could take that to the bank. I'm not going to clarify for you guys because I said I was going to clarify for Leo, and then I got to the end of the reading and I was like, actually, no, I'm not. So I'm not clarifying for any signs today. Let's see, in the near future, I'd like to put this at like 2 weeks out. Let's see. You might have Aquarius in your chart. Initially, when I started this reading, I was going to do it for Aquarius, but I hadn't hit record. So, had to bin it. Good thing I wasn't too far in. In the near future, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse with 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. And it's funny because I was actually going to take them in the other orientation, but for some reason I decided that I felt it was more natural to take them this way and pick them up this way as opposed to the other way. You could be connecting with a Capricorn feminine individual who doesn't feel connected to their legacy. Or you could be communicating with a Capricorn individual who doesn't feel connected with their home space in a way that's conducive to comfort within the home space. I feel like because we have the two cards coming down with each other, this could be about ambition and determination in order to achieve something of worth on the tangible plane that contributes to your own legacy. It's a call to action for you to embody more ambition and determination, which Capricorn represents, in order to get more in line with what you really want as far as your career aspirations go. Unless you are ambitious, hungry, and determined to go after what you want, either on the home front or specifically more so on the career front, you're not going to be able to fulfill your destiny as far as your legacy goes. And legacy is anything that we consider to be of worth that outlives us. It outlasts, it's here when we're gone. It outlasts our name. It, in fact, contributes to our name surviving us. It is that which survives us. And so, embodying it's feeling as if, and you might have Capricorn in your chart, but it's feeling as if you're not connected to the home space, or you cannot provide the creature comforts of the home space, or that you're not living into the determined, passionate, and ambitious side of lusting after that which we have on the tangible plane that we can contribute towards our legacy for. So that's what I'm seeing there. It's a call to action as far as that goes, or indicative of a disconnectedness to the feeling of contributing towards that. Disconnectedness with your ambitions and goals. It's about goal setting here. Not setting goals, a lack of ambition. It could be a lack of goals. The need to set goals. Being aimless as far as setting goals, not necessarily knowing where the end of your path of coin should, like, what's the direction there, you know, like lacking a sense of direction as far as your material pursuits go. Yeah, extension of the present for you. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And it could be that somebody's just not connected with their legacy, or just doesn't feel that they're like, it feels like their destiny is running contrary to their ambition. Thank you. That's Jade in the upper. Or sorry, woo. Six of Cups. Connecting with nostalgic viewpoint in love or past hopes, wishes, and goals from childhood. They're deep with the Six of Cups. It's a deep-seated childhood wish, dream, goal, aspiration, and I think that's actually what we've been kind of looking at here for the most part. Is a wish fulfillment that seems to halt or to hit stalemate at a certain point. But there's a need to put in the hard work, to be determined and ambitious, and put in the hard work in order to realize our path and our legacy and real achievement of real tangible goals. And there might be a need for you to connect up with yourself and reevaluate if childhood wishes and goals and connections are serving you any longer. Is it time to reevaluate those and put those things that are childish to bed so that you can go after things that are more realistic for your lifestyle now that you are an adult? What is serving your highest good now, as opposed to playing into outmoded aspirations, for lack of a better term. Things that just they don't match who you are now, because that's not what your lifestyle is, or it's not who you are anymore, or it's not realistic for your present circumstances. It's there's something incongruent about where you were as a child and what you observed as a child to be your ideal state as an adult, or the end state of your career as an adult. What success meant, how you defined success as a child, is not how you should define success now, and it's not realistic. All right, how people view you. How are people viewing Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? That's a personal conversation, man. That's not for me to have with you. That's for you to have with yourself. That's like a hermit energy, which, we're going to be moving into Virgo season very shortly here within days. So that's good. That's the kind of introspection that you want during Virgo season. The analytical side of ourselves kicks in, and we get more connected with the earth and our innate nature to analyze who we are as a human being and what our inner truth is, right? Tell me more. How is Cancer being viewed by those that surround them during this time? Somebody who needs to stop and gain perspective, because we have the Hangman there. That's Piscean energy. With the Eight of Swords in the reverse, somebody needs to come out of a victimhood mindset or free themselves from a mental prison. This person can walk out of that berm of swords any time they so choose. However, they choose to sit there and cry about having their wings kind of, bound. So that is a victimhood mindset, victimhood mentality, or feeling as if you are trapped in a mental prison. There's a need to gain perspective here with the Hanged Man, Piscean energy, the need to really go within or turn oneself on one's head to see things from a different viewpoint in order to gain perspective, to evaluate things from all angles. Somebody views you as somebody who's seeing things from a myopic view and seeing things from the viewpoint that you are a victim of circumstance, or somebody that does not. This is how you're seeing yourself. They see you as having a myopic viewpoint, that everything happens to you instead of for you, or that you happen to the world. You're not thinking those things. That's what this person is thinking. They view you as somebody who has a myopic view that settles on being trapped in your circumstances or trapped in your head, and that it's time to get out of that scenario. They might notice that you do attempt to consider other people's perspectives, but with this card here, is that really enough? Because you seem to, according to them, still be sitting in victimhood mindset, which is not very empowered. It's not an empowered place to act from, right? Hopes and fears for you. It's like not taking onus for one's own life, right? Everything is everybody else's fault. Everything is everybody else's problem. Everything is somebody else's responsibility. And therefore, you're not really living your own life. It's everybody else's life. You know. And then you get to blame everybody else when everything goes wrong, too, right? But then, again, you don't get to be in charge of your own destiny either, right? Okay, hopes and fears. Cancer. Shout out. So we have the Four of Wands. Yeah, firm foundations. You're hoping for a firm foundation. This can often be described as four walls of a home, the four posts of a marriage bed. But essentially, it's really about providing yourself with the stability. Remember that stability we're talking about in the standing stones at the beginning in your oracle card. That's the exact same thing that we're talking about here with this, is the four walls of the home, the stability of the home. Being able to provide that for yourself and perhaps another. It's really about stability. That's what you're hoping for there. And that's fairly cut and dry. I don't really think I could elaborate on that anymore than I already did at the beginning of the read. But that's what you're hoping for. 6 months out, let's see, for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And if you have already acquired that, you're looking to further encourage security and stability within the home, or regain it where it was once lost. Okay, so first we have Judgment in the reverse. There is the trumpeter's call. A decision is being made in 6 months about something, or there's a need to make a decision where somebody's been extremely indecisive. Aries and Sagittarian energy on that, so I'm probably looking at what Aries season as opposed to Sag season. Could be Sag season, but that's cutting it really close. What else? Having two opposing things to decide from and actually being forced to make a decision. And not just in your own mind either. Five of Coins in the reverse, yeah. Again, that's that victimhood mindset, coming out of victimhood mindset and actually taking action. You know, this is that woe is me, I'm so cold, I'm locked out of the church, you know. But the fact of the matter is that you are empowered to make yourself warm and warm yourself by the fire inside the church and gain sanctuary at any point you want. You're just choosing to see things a certain way. You might be feeling as if you don't have a choice but to choose one thing over another, with the Judgment card there in the reverse, or feeling like you don't have a choice. That's not true. Exercise that self-empowerment over your decision making. And finally, for you, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Lack of self-empowerment. It's like a lack of self-empowerment, lack of wow. You might be a Cancer, Leo cusper, because self-empowerment was an issue with Leo's read as well. You might want to go check theirs out if you're born in the middle of July-ish neighborhood. Okay. Okay. Oh, there were 3. Neat. And 5 of Swords in the reverse, coming out of self-deceptive energy about being tired of the struggle. Self-deceptive energy about being tired of the struggle, but also a defensive energy about your battles and how battle-worn you are. You might have been deceiving yourself, saying that you would really put yourself through the ringer, or that you needed to be more defensive than you were about a situation. You're putting an outdated attitude or mindset to an end, or something is ending as a result of you further deceiving yourself and having a poor attitude about your struggles and being defensive and on guard about things. With that 5 of Swords and the 9 of Wands in the reverse, and then following it with the Death card. This is Scorpionic energy, by the way. You could be transforming a relationship or ending a relationship or bringing something into a rebirthing phase. That's what we mean when we say transformation, is taking something and changing it as opposed to ending it so that it can have a new, better form, a reinforced form. If something is ending, you can rest assured that there will be new beginnings at play for you. But I think the big thing here is that you have self-deception that you're coming out of. It's almost like you're getting a truce out of it with yourself. No longer lying to yourself about where you are overtly defensive and where you seem to be tired of the struggle, but you haven't really struggled. You know, normally the Nine of Wands is a card about being on the verge of success, yet extremely exhausted, and the need to keep going because you're almost there, and look at how far you've come, and dropping one's defenses, being a little bit more inviting. Whereas this one, it kind of says to me with the two cards beside each other that you may not necessarily be being honest with yourself about that, and that it's time to end some of the poor attitudes that we have about ourselves and about our circumstances, and transform those into so that we can have new beginnings that are of more promise. That could actually be why we've hit stalemate energy here in the present. And you're not exercising self-empowerment, and you have a victimhood mindset that's kind of run its course through all these cards. It's manifesting as a lack of ambition, and a lack of drive towards goal setting for yourself. I see that here strongly figuring. And yet you can see that throughout you crave stability, you crave security for yourself, you crave the ability to provide and to see a path towards legacy, a clear path towards legacy through for yourself. However, you have some very interesting self-limiting beliefs. Bottom of the deck, we have the Devil. Yeah, self-limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, obsession, fear, and oftentimes this will manifest through the I can't do it type of mentality, or feeling like everybody else has things that you don't, or that your circumstances are not fair, perseverating on what you lack where others just seem to have things handed to them. This can also be considered a card of excess, where people are abusing things that they should be holding in high regard on the tangible plane, such as good food, good sex, shopping, gambling, good wine, addictions of sort. It's a need to respect things on the earthly plane for what they are, and everything in moderation. But I think for this one, it's about the negative self-talk, self-limiting beliefs, and fear. Obsessive. The thoughts, it seems, they come about in a manner that's almost bordering on the obsessive for this stuff, like a broken record. All right, let's see what we have for you as far as magnetic poetry. I'm going to do this in a list format so that you can easily kind of make your own sentences and pick out what you will from it. Okay, let's see. Not very many for you today, it doesn't seem, or at least they're very short words if that's the case. Okay, there you go. Let's see if we can see them. Okay, perfect. All right, that's what I have for you. Hit this button if everything worked out great for you, or it made sense, or if you like what I do. And also feel free to comment in the comments if you would like a different tarot spread, or if there are things that you want to share. All right, have a good one. Thanks for watching.